Family teaches pet penguin one activity that leaves the community in awe. Pets aren't easy. Whether it's a primadonna cat who lives for drama or a hyper-needy dog who just wants your love and affection, they're a lot of work. You have to take them to the vet, give them baths, buy their food, scoop up their actual poop, who's the master now, and the list goes on. If only us pet owners could teach them to pick up some of the slack. That's exactly what one Japanese family did after rescuing an injured king penguin who they named Lala. Since penguins don't exactly fit the stereotypical role of a house pet, the family taught him how to accomplish one rather human-esque chore. In Shibushi City, Japan, the Nishimotos seemed like your everyday urban family, aside from the fact that one of them is an Antarctic King penguin. To make things even stranger, this tuxedo bird can be seen waddling along the little village all by himself. Residents of Shibushi City were used to seeing the penguin Lala moseying around the street, wearing a penguin-shaped backpack. We know, you thought it couldn't get any cuter. But what was a frosty penguin doing in the heat of Japan? Well, when construction manager Yukio Nishimoto's fisherman friend took a trip off the Australian coast, he retrieved the injured Lala from a knotted net. The Nishimoto family was dedicated to nursing the feathery friend back to health in Japan. Though the family planned on releasing Lala back into his natural wild habitat, over the course of his recovery, the giant bird bonded with the Nishimotos. The family couldn't stand the thought of saying goodbye to Lala. Though they could never totally replicate life in the wild, the Nishimotos did what they could to recreate the natural habitat of king penguins. The waddling bird craved chilly temperatures. Lala was given his own room in the house, complete with a high-powered air conditioner. But the family made sure to let their new pet roam free on the property, and eventually they trusted him enough to let him loose in the neighborhood. When Lala would strut his stuff down the streets of Shibushi City, he had one specific destination at the heart of his journey. See, after the family took Lala to the local fish market for the first time, he couldn't get enough of that fresh, raw fish. He wanted to go back. After pondering how Lala could visit the fish market more frequently, the Nishimotos decided to train Lala to go on his own. Considering the penguin was 10 years old at the time, it turns out you can teach an old penguin new tricks. It was a win-win situation. It was one less chore for the Nishimotos to take on, and Lala was able to get that scrumptious, reconstructed sushi whenever he pleased. Get this, Lala would take his familiar route to the fish market, just waddling solo in the middle of the street, wearing his extremely meta backpack. We know, it's a lot to take in. When he'd arrive, the fish market's owner would greet him, surely aware of the peculiar situation, feed him a whole fish, which Lala would swallow in one fell swoop, and pack him a doggy bag full of fish for the road, which she'd put in his backpack. Sardines and mackerel are his favorite. He loves to eat them. He's adorable, the fish market's owner told Real TV in 1996. Lala put a smile on her face every time he visited. It was truly an unbelievable sight. On his way home, he'd sometimes toddle into a neighbor's yard, hoping to cool down in the midst of a sprinkler, or even have a friendly neighbor personally hose him down. The humidity in Shibushi City can often be overbearing. When he'd arrive back home, a family member would remove his backpack and store his doggy bag full of bait in the refrigerator for later. Meanwhile, the canine-like penguin would end his adventurous day with quality family downtime. Lala enjoyed relaxing in the backyard with Yukio, cuddling into his hand as he scratched underneath Lala's chin. Though Lala didn't have any king penguin companions, the Nishimotos made sure to treat him like the king he was for the rest of his fishy days. To the average person, keeping an Antarctic king penguin as a house pet is wildly unconventional. To the Nishimotos, it was beautiful. That's a common way for owners of exotic pets to feel. Please share this with your friends and family.